Usually I just sit in the house and have breakfast, but today for some reason just feels like I should go out for breakfast. So I'm going to go with my father to a local cafe and yeah, bacon and eggs probably. Oh, it's bright today. I've got to go into town to buy some chicken food. Chicken food! Was just in town there, on my way home right now, gonna have some sushi. I really like sushi. Here's the funny thing about sushi. When I was back in Scotland, never ate it, never really saw it for sale or anything like that, and I couldn't quite figure it out. And then I kind of got it, I got why. It's so hot and warm here, certainly in the summer here in New Zealand, in this part of New Zealand, Bay of Plenty, in the North Island. When it's hot like this, it's you eat cooler food. Back in Scotland, most of the time, it's cold, it's windy, it's rainy, it's just the way it is. I'm not complaining, that's, you know, I miss that stuff. But when it's like that, you don't eat cold food, you want something hot. You know, you've been outside in the rain and the wind and the cold, you come inside, you want something hot. That's my theory. That's my theory as to why sushi is popular here, but not so popular in Scotland, so I make the most of it. So this morning I have been printing out brochures and manuals and stuff like that for CNC machines. Currently I am starting to get in a fully blown swing of an obsession. That's just how I do it. I more often than not sort of go full into it, and then, you know, truthfully, a few days from now, a week from now, tomorrow, it could be gone. Like, I won't be looking at them again. You know, it's either 100% or nothing, and there's never any middle ground. So, but just now I'm studying them, I'm learning them. There is the most amazing comments coming in from you on my YouTube videos over the last 2 or 3 days. I didn't realize so many people that watch my YouTube videos have their own machine shops or work in machine shops or in the industry, that kind of thing, and you know, just getting solid, rock solid advice. Now I know it's rock solid advice because I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is because it's making me think, and it's making me face the realities and trying, you know, it's bringing me down to ground and making me think realistically, that kind of thing. So yes, it's good stuff coming through. There's real numbers, real experience, real, like, just infinitely more knowledgeable and better and experienced than I am by a long shot. You know, I've got my idealistic views, but I'm being brought back down to ground, or at least people who are commenting are trying, you know, that, and I love that, I really do. It's fantastic. I'm reading the comments, I'm reading them over again, and I'm reading them over again, and I'm going back to them, and I'm like, damn, it's really hitting my ego because I've got set things I think. I really appreciate the comments. I just want to make sure you know that. If you've been commenting, they are fantastically helpful, they really are. It's kind of hard to get across to you, but it's just, I know they're helpful because my ego is taking a bit of a battering. And what I mean by that is, I am looking at machines that I had completely written off before as, you know, not good enough. But when I see people commenting and saying, hey, we've been running this machine or this type of machine or these machines doing these applications for years, and, you know, or this particular machine has given us a return on investment of XYZ, I'm like, I can't deny that. I have to go, Okay, people more knowledgeable and experienced than me are saying these things. I have to take it on board. Actually, you know what? I was speaking with my machinist this morning, and I've mentioned before, my machinist and I, you know, we work fairly closely together. The good thing is that he's got quite a lot of business experience. He's not just a machinist, he's sort of like a business owner. He's given me a sort of push and saying, you know, Magnus, we need to get more products out. And you know what? He's right. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about CNC machines and things like that, and you know, to be honest, like, it's really not the biggest priority. I really do need to be getting more products out there, and it's been a slow year in terms of getting new products out. A couple of reasons. One is that we've had a couple of big projects, and two, I've just not prioritized it. Like, this year, like, here's the thing. For the last few years, I've been pushing really hard. You know, I mean, remember, I started this business while I still had a full-time job. If you didn't know, my job, I started at 10 AM and I finished at 6 PM, so I had a kind of later shift. I would do 7 AM till 10 AM, I would work on my own business. I'd do the full-time job from 10 AM to 6 PM. I would go home, very quick dinner, like I don't even know if I cooked anything, I can't remember. I would have like a sandwich or something, and then I would work until like 10, 11, quite strict, going to bed, get good sleep, and then I'd start it over again. I'd work all weekend that I didn't have my son, and on the weekends that I did have my son, I just spent the time with him, and you know, I wouldn't work while he was there. I would maybe dash off and do some work while he had his sleep, maybe during the day when he was younger. He might sleep at lunchtime, I would dive off and do some work. So I pushed pretty hard, but to be honest, this year, I don't know what it is. Like, I've not been pushing as hard. Perhaps I'd like to say it was comfort or sitting in comfort, but I'm not sure. I do know that I am taking time to enjoy life, just not pushing hard, not striving to get to this place, this elusive happiness place. It's more like, I'm enjoying this. And in line with that, I want a CNC machine, partly because, you know, I want to do some prototyping perhaps and that kind of thing and do projects, but I think I just want to experience it. You know, like, I had written off in my mind that I was never going to touch a CNC machine because I was going to push forward in business, and if someone was going to operate a CNC machine, it wasn't going to be me. I would employ someone because my time is better spent elsewhere. But I've really been thinking, I want to do it. Like, I want to have a go. I want to try it. It's something I've always wanted. So I think that's where that's coming in. This is me just thinking out loud, just sort of feeling out my thoughts. Okay, that's enough from my brain for today. I will leave you with a quote from Benjamin Franklin, and he said, "Do not fear mistakes. You will know failure. Continue to reach out."